Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel, I hope. Everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos, on TV promise she didn't keep. What is the one television promise that the Golden Bachelorette star, Joan Vassos, did not keep? She had a lot to go through when she returned to reality TV, and this time, as the lead of this groundbreaking show. So what was the singular rule she broke? And was it that big of a deal? Keep reading for more details. Joan Vassos, on TV promise she didn't keep. It is not Joan Vassos' first rodeo when it comes to reality television. She was a contender for Jerry Turner's heart in the premiere season of The Golden Bachelor. However, she ended up selflessly exiting to go home and take care of her daughter, as family is the core of who she is. Her story is beautifully sad. She had an amazing love story with her husband, John, who tragically passed away in 2021 from pancreatic cancer. They had been together for over 30 years and really relished life, so to put herself back out there was a huge deal and something she was not sure she was ready for. In a lot of ways, Joan felt she was cheating on John. Now, she has been selected as the first ever Golden Bachelorette with a slew of amazing eligible men. They are all vying for her heart and her roses. She wants someone she can go on adventures with and be a true family person. Yet there was one promise she made to her family when she entered the show that she broke. According to the Daily Express US, it was no kissing. As viewers saw in the season premiere, which aired on Wednesday, September 18th, Joan Vassos locked lips with Kelsey Anderson's father Mark in a later episode. So, what was their reaction to learning she did not adhere to their wishes? Before Joan Vassos, there was Jerry Turner, the OG of the Golden franchise. He had to deal with what his kids would think of seeing him getting cozy on television. So, what did he tell them when he was heading onto the show? He ended up marrying Theresa Nist in a Bachelor special, but they parted ways just a short time later. Jerry will appear on Joan's season to offer advice, and hopefully that is all. Joan Vassos had every intention of making good on the promises she made in front of the cameras. When she stepped into the golden spotlight as the very first Golden Bachelorette, she stood tall, a symbol of second chances, seasoned love, and graceful resilience. America rallied behind her, touched by her widowed heart and hopeful gaze. But as her journey unfolded, one promise made during the show's premiere began to haunt her. The vow she made to always lead with honesty, even if it's hard. A promise she, unfortunately, did not keep. It happened subtly at first, the kind of gentle bending of truth that reality television is known for smoothing over. Viewers noticed Joan struggling in early episodes with more than just the decision of who to give a rose to. She appeared distracted, often caught gazing off camera during group dates, and showing hesitation in one-on-one interactions. But Joan, ever the poised professional, would smile and press forward. During night one, she made her promise to America in a heartfelt confessional. With glistening eyes and trembling lips, she declared, "After everything I've lost, the only thing I can give fully now is honesty. I will never lead these men, or myself, on. If my heart says no, I'll listen. If I'm unsure, I'll say it. No games, no production pressure, just truth." The nation cheered. Social media dubbed her Saint Joan. The Bachelor franchise had found its North Star. But behind the scenes, producers were worried. Joan's honesty threatened to derail the well-oiled drama machine. By week 3, they reportedly began tightening the screws. The moment her promise cracked came in Tuscany. Joan was on a romantic date with Charles, the suave New Yorker who'd won the hearts of fans with his poetry and Mediterranean charm. They sipped wine on a vineyard terrace, the sun setting just so, the violins swelling. But as Charles spoke of his dreams of moving to a quiet place with Joan, she didn't interrupt. She smiled. She nodded. She kissed him. What she didn't say, and what she admitted later to producers, was that she'd already decided days earlier that Charles wasn't her person. "I didn't want to ruin the moment," She whispered in a behind-the-scenes clip, one that never made it to air. He looked so happy, and honestly, the producers were begging me to just go with it for the night. They said it would make good TV. I didn't lie exactly. I just didn't tell the whole truth. But fans noticed. Her kiss lacked spark. Her laugh didn't quite reach her eyes. Reddit sleuths dubbed it the Tuscany turn. From that moment, the internet began to suspect something wasn't quite right. Then came hometowns. Joan traveled to Florida to meet the family of Thomas, the charming retired firefighter with a heart of gold and a rescue dog named Cricket. During dinner, his daughter asked Joan point blank, "Do you really see a future with my dad?" There was a long pause. Cameras zoomed in. Joan smiled and said, "Absolutely." Privately, she had told producers earlier that morning that she was planning to eliminate Thomas. The cameras cut before her face dropped, but off camera, insiders claimed Joan was furious with herself. That night in her hotel room, she reportedly cried to a producer, saying, "I broke my own rule. I'm becoming someone I don't recognize." Her final three, Charles, Thomas, and the late surging Pascal, were all riding high on the illusion that Joan was in love with each of them. And maybe part of her was. But when the final rose ceremony came, she shocked everyone by choosing no one. Standing in front of a tearful Charles and Thomas, with Pascal waiting off camera, Joan delivered a speech that shattered expectations. "I've led with my heart, but I've also led with fear. And in that fear, I haven't always been honest, with you or with myself. I promised to tell the truth, but I haven't. Not all of it. I let moments play out because they were beautiful, not because they were real. And for that, I'm truly sorry." The backlash was swift. Fans were torn. Some hailed her for the brutal honesty at the end, calling it refreshing and brave. Others weren't so forgiving. She used them. One fan tweeted, "She said she'd be different, but in the end, she played the same game." Joan took to Instagram 2 days after the finale aired. Sitting on her back porch in a cozy sweater, hair undone, no glam squad in sight, she addressed the nation. "I made a promise I didn't keep," she admitted in a soft, cracked voice. "I said I'd be honest, but I wasn't always. Not because I wanted to lie, but because I was scared of hurting people, scared of ruining a moment that wasn't quite mine to begin with. And sometimes because I was scared of the cameras." She paused, tears visible. "I'm not proud of that, but I hope you can understand it." While some fans forgave her, others remained critical. Even Bachelor Nation alums weighed in. Trista Sutter praised Joan's vulnerability. Caitlin Bristow called it a lesson in what happens when you prioritize TV moments over real ones. And Jerry Turner, the Golden Bachelor himself, reportedly reached out privately to offer support. In the end, Joan Vassos' journey wasn't about finding love with a man. It was about rediscovering honesty with herself. And maybe that's what Golden Bachelorette was always meant to be, not a fairy tale, but a mirror. As for Joan, she's since returned to her quiet Maryland life, volunteering at a local grief counseling center and spending time with her grandchildren. When asked recently by a reporter if she regrets breaking her promise, Joan smiled softly and said, "I regret needing to break it, but I don't regret learning from it."